The term ball flight exploration was coined and created, tested, and applied with thousands of players. This is why it's necessary in specific strategic manners. This is a step back with 7 on the clock. It's an early release relative to when he leaves the ground, and it is a much higher exit angle. He's shooting up, and his elbow is still nowhere near his eye. So he's shooting up more so than straight out to accommodate for getting it over Wemby. Look at where the ball is coming down from. And it's 3/4 of a ball short. Almost a full ball short. Essentially a full ball short. In the same sequence, he relocates. And here is an early release. So the ball's reaching at toe off, the shot position. And he's releasing the ball while his energy is still going upward, right? And now we are at a much flatter exit angle, shooting directly at the target. Elbow is definitively nowhere near his right eye. Great guide hand release and relaxation. And look at the ball flight and the peak of the ball there, coming down to a back rim make. In the same sequence, we have probably a 70-degree exit angle, and you could even notice how much time it takes to get to the rim. So this is pretty much 45 or below. I would call this, based on a 6'2" person being in the air, whatever, he's another 2 or 3 inches in the air, if that, but he's shooting directly at the rim. So what gives rise to the ball is that backward spin, but this is a very relatively flat ball flight. Guess it's a 45, maybe below a 45. The bottom line is shooting at the target. I'm shooting at the target. He's pushing from in front of his forehead at the target. And it's in the same sequence when he just missed the 60. He was 4 for 12 at this point. I think this would be 4 for 13. And then he hits this 3 right here. That's going to be contested with a much flatter ball flight for 5 for 14. Players must be able to adaptively alter exit angle and control that ball flight and the amount of energy and impulse it needs to reach the target. They need to be able to do this shot to shot. They can segment it and block it off and do 45s only, or 25s only, or 60s only. And then you add movement patterns to it. But this is a clear and prime example of the best shooter that's ever shot the basketball in an immediate sequence, 5 seconds apart, shooting a 60 and relying on it and trusting it, and being a full ball short and adaptively coming back and shooting to a 45-degree or less exit angle and overall ball flight, and hitting a back rim make.